You're not alone if you didn't hear about a meeting of the full Santa Fe County Commission. KSFR got a heads up only minutes before it began. Apparently, there was no public notification typically required when a quorum of commissioners meet together. The subject, the economic picture in the county. KSFR's Marion Cox was just barely able to make it to that meeting on hurry-up notice and joins us. This meeting was about the state of county revenues. Not good news, I imagine.
That's correct. The PowerPoint slides that are the focus of everyone's attention in this meeting are entitled Budget Planning FY or Fiscal Year 2010 BCC Board of County Commissioners Workshop. It's not considered an emergency meeting, but it was also not a regularly scheduled Board of County Commission meeting.
But it is a quorum of county commissioners.
That's right. All 5 county commissioners are present, and they are hearing, and began at 10 a.m. today and is ongoing. They are hearing from a number of people, staff in the county, including County Manager Romana Beta and many of the revenue staff.
What are some of the things they're hearing?
Well, it's a pretty sobering picture. 3 subjects have been covered this morning. One related to the state of finances and projected deficits in the corrections department, one related to fire protection and emergency services, and the third topic covered thus far includes the gross receipts tax for health services. An anecdote from each of those is pretty important because it focuses on how dire the situation could become in the county. With respect to the corrections discussion, the future of the youth facility in Santa Fe County is completely in jeopardy. And what that means is that any juveniles that are currently housed at the county facility may be moved to facilities in other counties around the state, thus putting a huge burden on the families and the juveniles in detention because they'll no longer be located anywhere close to each other. And that's considered a pretty draconian measure. Currently, there are 9 juveniles housed, only 2 of which are Santa Fe County residents. And in order for the facility to remain open, the county would need actually 24 paying beds at the youth facility, non-Santa Fe County residents. And it looks pretty bad. The budget deficit for that youth facility alone is about $1.7 million. When you move to fire protection and emergency services, it's equally dire. Right now, the county has already made a promise or a commitment to provide fire and emergency services to La Tierra and Rancho Viejo. Under the current projections of budget deficits, the county would not be able to provide fire services and emergency services in those communities.
But those are county communities.
They are county communities, and there are 2 things at issue here. One is, can the county continue to train new cadets? And that's in jeopardy. Additionally, capital expenditures. The funding for most capital expenditures related to fire prevention and emergency services have been in the past funded under something called the fire excise tax. That tax sunsetted or went out of existence in January of this year. And the county is therefore looking not only at a budget deficit, but is also not looking at the same revenue streams they have in the past.
We'll have to find out if they're not legally committed, if, not ethically committed to providing that service. These are county communities.
That's right. Additionally, there is a gross receipts tax related to health services within Santa Fe County. Current projections of the gross receipts collections are $1 million below projections for this fiscal year. A 1/16th of a cent health GRT, which has been enacted by the county, actually goes directly to the state to pay for Medicaid. So again, it's a very difficult time for the county to meet the obligations that it set out for itself over the last several years.
You've heard the problems. Any solutions yet?
Well, we're pretty early into the meeting. All expectations are that the meeting will continue through the early afternoon. and we haven't heard anything yet about solutions.
KSFR's Marion Cox, many thanks. She's at the County Commission building, and we'll have updates as we can get them.